Okay, going straight into the race. I don't have the fuel set up. We're just going to go with this 15-minute race. Hopefully I've got enough hard drive space for this recording. As I say, using Fraps, so this is probably 2.5 gigabytes every 10-15 seconds, so the hard drive's going to be filled in a matter of minutes. Oh dear. Car with cold tyres has absolutely no grip at all. The lighting looks really nice in this, the dusk, and then it's not just dusk but there's sort of storm clouds in the distance, so there's a really nice contrast of the sunset behind me, the shadows of the drivers, the shadows of my car and the cockpit playing across the cockpit, and then the storm clouds in the distance. So it looks absolutely gorgeous. And as I say, using Fraps to record seems to have fixed the issues I was having. Hopefully when I play this back it'll play smooth, but for some reason R Factor 1, R Factor 2 or sort of G motor based engine games struggle with OBS. I guess it's how they're using the CPU and how they're using the GPU. But even though Fraps absolutely hammers your hard drive and hammers your CPU at times, seems to be coping really well. I think this looks absolutely fantastic. Look at this shadow on the wall there, and the roof in front. The car model looks spectacular. Really nice curvy sort of Porsche design to the roof. Really don't know where to brake. Let's brake here. Oh, we've missed the brake point. I'm just going to go straight on so I don't cause an accident and let the grid all go past. What a disaster. So with these GT2 cars, you really do have to brake quite early. They really are quite a methodical car to drive, actually. Not the kind of car that you want to just jump in and drive with if you've just been driving other cars, because they really do have their own defined profile. It takes a little bit of a knack to get used to, or sort of a little mindset change of approach to get into. Like you can't really, I find I can't drive them in the same way that I would the cars that I normally like to drive, like the single-seater Formula cars or radicals and stuff, where you can be quite aggressive with them and, you know, really pump the accelerator, pump the throttle, and then use the steering to really quickly counter steer. With this, you sort of have to be quite gentle, dab the brakes a bit. As a result, driving it's a bit like reading a nice little, a nice novel, a simple novel, rather than lighting a firework and sticking it up your backside. So it's a nice contrast. And again, you can brake later. I think some of these guys are braking a bit too early, so we'll take advantage of that. I have to say, I'm absolutely loving this evening light combined with the clouds, because they've got the tone of the lighting absolutely spot on, because you've got sort of blueness, even in the distance. It's like distance fog, but you've got the sort of dull... Oh, he's totally lost it. I'll go wide just in case. You've got a dull blue of the area that's got the clouds. It just looks really nice. I've got a bit of an obsession with weather and grass in driving simulators. I don't know what's wrong with me. It's just something about simulated weather whilst playing a game that's quite involving, like a driving simulator. It's just, I find quite entertaining. Definitely something wrong with me. Mind you, if you're playing driving simulators, you have to have something wrong with you. I think 15 minutes for the race length is quite good. Obviously for this class of car it's a good compromise, because it's, I mean, that's relatively short for this sort of car. For sprint pick-up online racing, 15 minutes might be a little bit long, but it's nice to have the ability to choose. They've got some series in RaceRoom that are 10 minutes long, some that are 12, and some that are 15. I think the longest events you can do go up to 25 minutes. I totally don't know where to break for that. I need to actually practice that properly. But for sprint racing with under 10 people, I think 10-12 minutes is absolutely perfect, because half the grid are going to leave from crashing in the first couple of minutes, and then you're either with people or you're not. Like you either need a race to be sort of 10 minutes long, so if you crash, you know, you just you go to the next race, and maybe you continue the race with back markers and go to the next race, just call it a day. Or it needs to be a sort of 25-30 minute race, so that if you spin at the start, you've got enough time, if you've got the pace, to be able to catch back up with the leaders. So having a sort of 15-minute race doesn't really allow you to take advantage of the shortness and the advantage of that, keeping the pack close together and being able to just go from race to race and not have to worry about it too much. And it doesn't give you the advantage of being able to catch up either. So, but as I say, RaceRoom does have sprint races available with the DTM and other classes of cars, so can't really complain. Seems to be getting worse. I tell you what, I've noticed as well playing DTM is that it's so hard to see some of these corners, some of these tight corners with a low FOV, and you really take it for granted playing games with the Oculus Rift DK2. Playing iRacing and Assetto Corsa with the DK2, the ability to just being able to look into corners and see them makes such a difference that you feel absolutely crippled. When I've been playing DTM, it was DTM on that Norse ring, you literally can't see the entrance to the corners because they're like right angles, and so you're having to guess at the turn-in points, and it's horrendous. And I'd obviously in the past using a monitor just accepted that, but when you go from using the DK2 where you can actually turn into look at the corners, make sure you hit tight corners properly, you then just feel utterly crippled. But I've done it again. You've got to break it like in between 150 and the 100 marker. Fortunately, Sector 3 have said that VR is a priority for them. The game does have a sort of VR support in that it's implemented, but you can't access any of the menus, and it really is hard to access. It's even harder than Assetto Corsa to access. So there's no reason when the consumer version of the Rift comes out, or the Vive, or any of the other VR headsets that are likely to come out in the next 2 years, there's no reason why RaceRoom won't fully support it. And like I said, the developer, I think, or they gave me the impression that it's going to be a real priority for them to do the VR implementation properly, which will be absolutely fantastic. Because as it stands right now, this is literally the only simulator where you can jump in and get reasonably solid public server racing off the bat. Now you can obviously with iRacing, if you put the money down and you've bought 2 or 3 series, you can jump into that and get a race, but it's not really sprint racing, and it's more sort of serious. Like, you don't want to just jump in, you don't want to jump in and risk losing championship points. Say you do a first race in iRacing, if you do one race and you place first, and then you do another race in the same event and you place third, you then diluted your championship points. So that's how I understand it. So iRacing is really not suited to just jump in casual racing. They want it to be approached more as if it's semi-serious, or almost as if it was sort of like a jump-in league system. Assetto Corsa is really good, I find, if you've got a bunch of friends to jump in and drive, and I love the the content in that game. I really enjoy the physics and how the cars handle the force feedback, and the amount of mods that are coming out for it. But for the public servers, just jumping into public servers, the racing is absolutely atrocious. So, as I say, Assetto Corsa, oh no. Just gonna check out this sand, build some sandcastles, have a holiday. Assetto Corsa is only really good for playing with friends and playing with AI, and the AI is not really that good in AC, to be honest. So again, not good for jumping public racing. R-Factor 2 seems practically dead online when it comes to jumping public racing. There's a few people running leagues, and you know, I think you can get good league racing, and if you have a bunch of friends to play with again, like AC, that's an option. Not the racing line. He went proper ramped over that curve. I'm actually really impressed with how the physics handled that car in front, and visually, and the netcode. He went over that, but really, it looked really natural. So really, you literally only have RaceRoom and iRacing, but I say iRacing is not the same. So for jumping on iRacing right now, we only have RaceRoom. So DK2 Sport in this, and I'll be on it constantly. And they've even rumoured that they're going to have... Oh, not again, lock the wheels. Oh, it's okay. They even have said that they might try and put in some kind of ranking system, which if they do, that will be absolutely superb. I might even steal some people from iRacing, because I think there are a lot of people on iRacing that like it because of the ranking, and you know, you're guaranteed to get a reasonably good solid race with a full grid when you jump in. If it's a popular car or event, then say you've just come back from work and you want a semi good quality race with no low risk. iRacing is good for that. But if RaceRoom can offer that for something maybe not as good, but fairly similar for a lot cheaper, then I think a lot of people are might favour RaceRoom over iRacing. Mind you, if you bought a load of iRacing content, you're probably not going to want to move to something else. They've trapped you like a child locked under the stairs. Okay, we're going to try and beat Mr. Christoph. 2 minutes 31 left on the clock. We're probably losing the place to the guy behind us. Please don't drive into me. We've driven absolutely terrible. I've been subdued by the gorgeous sunset and the clouds and the engine sounds, and as a result we've lost concentration, built a few sandcastles, and not really delivered for our team in this race. But we're going to take Mr. Christoph, hopefully. Oh no! Really, the braking on this car is... I probably should have set it to 100%. I don't think I have actually. So it's hard to lock it up. It almost feels as if it's got ABS on. I wouldn't be surprised if it does have ABS, because I haven't felt the wheels lock up and I've been stamping on the brake. But the way it slows down is it takes a good amount of time to slow down. And that last bit of... oh, there we go. Christoph's just driven into a wall for us. The last bit of slowing down seems to take ages, so you think you can come off the brake a bit, but actually you need to just stay planted on it. This video file is probably going to be like 200 gig. 15 minutes at 60 FPS, 1080p. I'm amazed my computer's not burst into flames. M. Helder Michael Ferrera. That is an absolutely crazy name. As I drive into the wall. Oh dear. A good tip is to not do sim racing near enough midnight after being up at 6:30 in the morning. Oh no, which is going to be interesting when this ends actually, because I'm not sure if it's a bug, but in previous races I've had it so that the time's run out and then it just stopped rather than letting people finish. So let's see, 4 seconds left. Will it actually let us finish this, or will it just stop as if I've just fallen into a coma? Oh, we can't take the pressure. Final lap. Come on. Put them under a bit of pressure. I should have been on it from the beginning. We're in 6th place. Let's get right on his bumper. Again, this car model in front, it looks like some kind of BMW. It looks absolutely stunning. He's lost it. We can get him on this last corner. I'm going to power out early. Oh, again, his draft. Oh, I totally messed it up. Nonetheless, really nice. Really good fun. So it didn't just cut out, so that must have just been a bug. But that was a really nice GT2 race in the rough. I mean, everyone was driving fairly clean. Obviously, people were off the pace, but you know, it's really off peak. Half these people are probably drunk. But that was really good fun. And it was an infield oval track, you know, which are typically absolute garbage. So, if you managed to get through this video, congratulations. It's going to be really interesting to see how smooth it plays back. Sorry if it does judder. I hope it doesn't. But thanks for watching. Let me know if you want to see any more full races. I know it's the kind of thing where some people want to watch them. Some people like just putting them on and zoning out and listening to someone talk absolute rubbish. Some people enjoy that, and some people would rather just have short videos. So let me know if this is the kind of thing you enjoy, or if you don't. But thanks for watching, as I say, and I'll see you in my next video. Don't forget, if you haven't, subscribe, like, join us on Facebook and Twitter and all those things. And goodbye.